Hello again. Welcome to day 2. So it took me some time to get the day 1 vlog out because you may have seen this on my Instagram stories, but I made a massive mistake and deleted an entire section of video where I was explaining what my goals are for NaNoWriMo and kind of giving a little bit of a pep talk. Totally just spaced, hit the wrong button, deleted it forever. Tried to recover it, could not recover it. So yesterday's vlog was significantly shorter than it could have been, but we are back on track. I have eaten lunch and gotten a little bit of cleaning done, and it is now 1:30. I've also been doing besides the vlog, I also have been doing some admin stuff for the Spooktacular with the giveaways that have to be sent out and all of that. But I also have, Renee is working on that. My friend Megan is working on that, kind of filling in. So it is nice to get some help and some support, which I don't always ask for. So I am sending out some gratitude to the universe for those who are willing to help out because it has been very nice. But today, the name of the game is better energy overall by cleaning up the house and making sure everything feels good and really getting a handle on exactly what I'm working on. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about goals, and I'm going to talk about what I'm going to get done today and my upcoming writing retreat. So day 2, Nano, thank you for letting me know yesterday in the comments what you're working on. It's really fun to see those comments, and I hope that you'll keep them coming so that I can keep up with you and we can keep up with each other. Don't forget too that we have Double Down Day in the Heart Breathings writing community this weekend, which is basically just a challenge to write double your normal word count. And it's really just an opportunity to have sprints running all day. I will be live with sprints, I think from 11 to 1, but we'll basically be starting at something like 7 a.m. and going till 11 o'clock at night with only a few breaks in between. So if you have ADHD and you like to do body doubling, or if you enjoy community and sprints, this is the perfect way to do it. We typically do 25-minute sprints and then a 5-minute break. And you can find all the links on that over on my website. So I will have that linked below. We have a Facebook group of almost 7,000 writers, and we go live in that Facebook group, but we're also live here on YouTube. So I'll be live on my channel here, and then everyone else who runs the sprints will be live on their own individual channels. So I encourage you to check those out. That Google Calendar and everything will be linked below where you can find all the links to come and join. Okay, so didn't get started yet because I ended up having, my friend was done with all of the shipping fees. So we're starting to send out invoices. So if you ordered any books from me during my Spooktacular over on my Sarra Cannon Coven group, then those invoices will be going out today, and you will have about a week to get those in, and then I'll place all those orders. I had over 500 book orders again this year, so those will be coming in hopefully before the end of NaNoWriMo Diaries, and I will actually walk you guys through the process that I used to get these ordered and shipped out. This year I did not have a chance to do that last year, so that'll be kind of fun, but I got to get cleaning because while this room, my office, is still decorated, I'm going to leave the decorations here up. But I don't even want to show you guys what this house looks like, but these are the raw and real NaNoWriMo diaries. And so I'm going to show you the truth. It's not the worst it's ever been, but it's messy. It's disorganized, and it's time to clean it up. So I'm going to do that and then do a sprint and do that and do a sprint. And then we'll see kind of where the evening takes us. Okay, multiple cleaning projects. So the first is this office. I did multiple videos in here, and I just threw everything on the floor when I was done with it. So not the most responsible thing. I also have my my silhouette is down here because I had it up on the desk. And so there's a lot of stuff here that needs to get cleaned. And then in my entryway, we have epic disaster because I cleaned out another closet and just pulled everything out here so that we could organize it. So we've got that space, and we have this space right here. Eventually, I want to hang like a gallery wall here and have a piano down here. But for now, this is like it's like the one part of the house that you see from the front window, and it's the most disorganized part of the house that is not yet really decorated, but it's just going to take time. And then this living room area really will not take long. It's just a matter of like cleaning up and tidying up the blankets and pillows. And Evie has some toys out here. So this is kind of where I'm going to focus my time because these are the kind of big family room areas. And so let's see how much I can do in 45 minutes. Okay, it is 4:15 and excuse the mess behind me. Don't look. Don't look. Here's where we are in the process of cleaning. Still have a lot to do here. A lot of the Halloween stuff is collecting here. These boxes are empty. And I have organized all of this. Some of it has been put away. We are still making our way through. I also edited 2 chapters. I did not record it because my camera was dying. But this room, look at the happy sun. I washed the windows, but only the inside. It was too cold to go outside. And this is looking pretty good overall in here. I sort of never make it perfect, but I got some of that organized over there. We do have shelves that need to go up over there for like a year now. So maybe we need to tag the neighbors and see if they'll come over and help us put those up because they're just so heavy. But overall, really great progress. Spent some time with the kids. So it has been a very productive few hours. And now I'm going to get some writing in. So it is currently 4:20 and I didn't get any done, by the way, in the office. So I told you it was going to be a few days of cleaning, and it absolutely will be. The key now will be making sure none of the kids mess up with what I have. It doesn't look organized, but I promise that it is. But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get some writing in. We are going to Cotton Patch to eat tonight, which is kind of like a bar and grill kind of country place. I don't know. It's one of our favorites. Kids eat free on Thursday nights and we can have both kids eat free. So it's really inexpensive. And they have this amazing Cobb salad. So that's what I get every single week. And I'm excited to go get it again. Unsweet tea and a Cobb salad. So yeah, I am excited to get some writing in. I also am streaming on Twitch tonight. I don't think I mentioned that. I have a Twitch channel. It's just twitch.tv/Sarra Cannon. And we have been streaming The Quarry, which is a sort of choose your own path horror game for my spectacular. And tonight we are going to stream the last few chapters of it. I have almost 200 followers over on Twitch and I have streamed twice. So I streamed, 9 days ago, 4 days ago, and then we'll stream the rest of this tonight. And then I will hopefully continue streaming some random stuff throughout. It's not probably going to be like a regular thing, not trying to like make any money or anything off of this, just something fun to do with my fans. If you ever want to come join me, of course, by the time you see this, it will be over, but the replay will still be up for a little while if you want to watch it. I've had some people ask me if I've put it up on my Sarra Cannon YouTube channel. So I might do that, but anyway, it'll be super fun, but that's going to be like 3 to 4 hours of Twitch streaming tonight. So I'm going to try to get as much writing as I can before that so that I don't feel guilty about not streaming. And, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about my goals before I'm done today, but for the most part of my goal right now in the early days of Nano is just rest and recovery mode because I worked myself to a limit and I think we don't talk enough about sustainability in this business. There are some people that talk about it quite a lot, but I don't think as a community we talk about it enough. We talk a lot about marketing and making money and how many sales you have and what number ranking you are. We talk about that kind of stuff all the time. How much money you're making, how much money you're spending, how many ads you're taking out, you know, all those things. But we don't talk enough about sustainability and joy. And sustainability can be really tough for those of us that like being busy because we can just put more and more and more and more on our plate. So if you are having a busy plate right now too, just know that it is okay to take a few days to make things a little bit easier. If you feel like, just pay attention to how you're feeling. Like if you feel like, you know, you're pushing yourself to a limit or you're snapping more easily or you're not really getting the rest you need, your eyes are starting to hurt, your body's starting to hurt, or you just feel like you're always at the edge of yelling or anything like that. Those are the key things for me. Like if Evie just will not eat her food or something that requires parental patience, I know that if I catch myself like wanting to feel frustrated or like say, just eat, or something like that, that it's time for me to back off a little bit of the pressure of work and just have a little fun. So not putting too much pressure on myself for the first couple days of Nano. And I think that is totally fine. And just kind of recovering from the previous month. And then on Sunday, if I go to this cabin or wherever I end up, then I can just hit it hard and this rest will have paid off. So let's do some writing. No more talking. All right, so 930 words, and that scene went pretty well. I'm still working on redoing a scene kind of from the beginning of the book, but I'm hoping to get enough through edits before Sunday that I can actually be into the second half of the book. Oh my gosh, it still feels like there's so much to do, but I'm getting there. Okay, let's talk Preptober planner. So I have them tabbed out with these little planner tabs, these bow tabs that I got from the Planner Society. So across here, I have some of the main like pages. And then at the top, I have smaller bows. I don't know if that's really showing up. I have these smaller bows for each of the weeks. So this is week 1 is here, my meal plan and everything else. And this first tab takes me to my calendar. So if you haven't downloaded this free Preptober planner, it actually still has a lot of stuff you can use during Nano, including a daily and weekly planner and lots of trackers for using in Nano. Technically, my word count goal is 60,000. And I didn't necessarily calculate a total writing days this month because I think it's going to be about 25, but I also would like to not take any days off. So I calculated based on 25. And then if I work those extra 5 days, I do. My daily word count target, I do have this math figured up over here based on an average of, or 25 writing days in the month. I would need about 2,400 words per day. And my average word count per sprint is around 750 right now. So I need between 3 and 4 sprints per day. And then that equals out 120 minutes per day, which is 2 hours. And then also that equals about 80 sprints to win at 60,000 words. Now, yesterday I had one sprint at 697. Today I had a sprint at 903 or something like that. So I might end up needing more or less than this because sometimes I'm going to go over and sometimes I'm going to go under. So we'll see kind of how it evens out. But my goal right now is we had a World Series. I'm doing Twitch. I have World Series 6 and 7 here, but we're not going to need those games as the Rangers already won. So I'm hoping to spend more time tomorrow night working on this. We have double down day on Saturday, so lots of time to work. Then on Sunday, I'm hoping to go all the way through Wednesday to what I'm calling a Write-A-Palooza. I've started calling my writing retreats Write-A-Paloozas back in 2012 when I had my son, and it was difficult for me to write with him at home. So I started going to a hotel for a single night, and I would call it Write-A-Palooza. So I'm doing that, but for 3 nights this time. God bless my husband for taking over the kids for a while. And then I'm going to hopefully be at a point where I'm ready to do a read through pretty soon after that. But I am giving myself a week after I get back from this to continue writing if I need to. So I am working on The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. This is the same book that I was working on last year. And I did get quite a ways into it last year, but this book is longer than I anticipated that it would be, like by quite a lot. And it's so much more complex. You can kind of tell from the board here. I have lots of puzzles, dual timelines, 8 points of view. And because I completely re-recorded my Publish and Thrive course last year, which was hundreds of videos, I didn't have time to work on it again until summer. And it has just taken me a few months to work on it. So I am close. I'm on my second full round of edits when I came across a like a snap moment of this plot needs to change slightly in this or quite a bit in this act. And so I'm throwing out what I estimate to be about 30,000 words, and I'm going to fill in some of the like plants and reveals at the beginning of the book. So I'm basically have started sort of back at the beginning. I think I'm on chapter 4 or 5 at this point, filling in some of the holes. And then when I go to this Write-A-Palooza on Sunday, I'm hoping to fill in that 30,000 words. And we'll see. It might end up needing more than that. It might end up needing less. But at this point, I can't tell 100%. So I'm working on The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. My hope, however, is that it's close enough to done that I can finish this book and also work on what I intended to be my NaNoWriMo project, which is called A Mirror of Shadows. And A Mirror of Shadows will be a serialized story told in 6 parts inside my Shadow Demons saga. So it'll be in the Shadow Demons world, but it will be a spinoff with all brand new characters from the Ruby Gates. I'm very excited for that. And so I will take you guys along with me to plot that entire book, because I only have like a brief idea of what's happening. I have a couple pages of notes in my notebook of the story world and the abilities. And I know the beginning, I probably have a pretty good idea of the trajectory of that first episode, because the first episode is always sort of the easiest because it's the story setup and then the portal, right? It's portal fantasy. So it's something that I will plot here during NaNoWriMo. So you guys will see my process for how I plot a serialized story versus a serial. And I will show you in real time as much of that as I can. My goal, back to the calendar, is to start writing that by mid-month on November 15th. So we'll see. And at that point, I'm hoping to write something like 4,000 words a day when that first episode is really fresh, because I think the first episode will write fast. And then we're going to North Carolina for this entire week, the 20th through the 25th, to visit my in-laws for Thanksgiving. This is why I wish NaNoWriMo was not during a major US holiday, because traveling on a plane with 2 kids, and it's like we have to go, it's 40 minutes to the airport or whatever, and then we have to fly, pick up a car, drive an hour from that airport. So it's a long day of travel, even though we could be worse than just flying to North Carolina, but it's going to be a busy. So I imagine these 2 days will be travel days, and we'll just kind of see where things go in terms of what I can get done on the plane or what I can get done with the kids. And we'll see. If you live in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, though, let me know, and maybe we can plan a little coffee shop meetup or a Barnes & Noble meetup. I know I'm going to be meeting up with Rhiannon while I'm there, so maybe we can have another sort of Hardee's get together during these days, although I know it is Thanksgiving, so we'll see kind of how it turns out. And then once we get home from that, I have this whole week. My hope is I've kind of plotted out multiple places where I might be able to release this book, but it's going to depend on so many factors. I think it would be so much fun to actually release a book during NaNoWriMo to show you sort of my launch process, which is not super involved, but I could show you the process of how I launch a book, and we could share in the excitement of my first release in 2+ years. And it'll be really fun. But I also know it's going to take however long it takes, right? The muse always wins. If you've been around for 3 years for Nano, you will recognize that saying. And we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to stay positive about it and expect the best. But if I run into a snag, I have to just spend the time that it takes, and I can't rush the process. It just needs what it needs. And then we'll see how my beta readers like it. And if they love it, then I can get it through my editors very quickly. So we'll see how it goes, and I will keep you guys updated. For planner stuff here, I do have, I put that in the wrong thing. I have my meals planned out here as well. And then my plan for this is every week when I get to my meal plan, I will just pull from these basic meals and I'll just put them in order here, and I will get them ordered and get groceries ordered, pick them up on Monday morning. That's going to be my schedule. And then every day I'm also filling out this little NaNoWriMo page. I am kind of regretting my life's choices here, because I went back and forth over whether to say on November 1st, there's 30 days remaining or 29 days remaining. And I wish I had put 29. As I started working on it yesterday, I was like, that was kind of a dumb choice, I feel. But my idea was that we would be coming to this page at the beginning of November 1st. And so we could count that as a day. but that's not really how countdowns work, I think. So if you want to renumber those, let me know. I could always renumber them and throw them up differently in the folder, but just keep in mind that, like, for example, when we get later in the month and you're on November 16th and it says 15 days remaining, you really, once this day is over, you only have 14 days left. I feel like that was kind of dumb, but in my defense, I've been very busy, and so my brain is not always functioning on all cylinders. So feel free to change that if you want, but there's a spot here to say what your word count is so far, how many words you have left, and then what your intentions are for the day, what scenes you want to write, what's your mood, what you're loving about the story. I didn't do a daily wrap up yesterday, but here I have today, and I'm just going to keep moving forward with that. And then at the very end, I also have a tab here for my word count tracker, which I'm about to start filling out because I've only done 2 sprints, so I only have 2 word count trackers. But hopefully by the time we get all the way over here to 80 or 90, this book will, not only this book, so really, if it's going to take me 80 sprints to finish the 30K in this book, as well as 30K in the next book, by 40, hopefully, I should be done with The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. And then by 80, I should have the first 2 episodes written of A Mirror of Shadows, in theory. I find that with these kind of goals, I have to just set them and then detach myself and say, you know what, this is just an estimate and I'm going to try to hit it and make a game out of it. And if it doesn't work out this way and I need 50 sprints instead, then hurrah, let's do 50. But the key is just to keep filling them in, because I'm never going to get there if I don't write. So that's the key. Just write and aim, adjust target as needed. And then I have these, so I took out a page of the planner because I didn't need that like last 200 ones. So I have this NaNoWriMo like custom word count target tracker that I need to fill out. And then I also have this pixel tracker, which I'm going to start filling out. And then the NaNoWriMo game board, which traditionally I have just laminated this and used it to move my little character across the board. But I think in here, I'm just going to move a sticky note or like a sticker, something like that. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit later too, but I'm excited. I got 1 sprint in, almost 1,000 words on day 2. Probably will not get more than that unless my Twitch stream ends early tonight. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But so far, I feel like I'm hanging in there. Tomorrow is Friday and I will be for sure getting more words in and also more cleaning in. I also need to decide if I'm going to like downtown Dallas or to a cabin. The thing about the cabin is it's further away, the one that I really want to stay at. And so then it's like, do I only drive an hour or do I drive multiple hours? And it's kind of hard to say, but then I might be able to use that drive time to really think through the scenes that I'm writing. And that could be super, super valuable thinking time. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll make some decisions about that tomorrow. And we'll be getting some writing done. So Friday, Saturday, hopefully we'll be getting everything edited and prepped. And then I'll be doing a Write-A-Palooza. If you want to join me for Double Down Day, it's coming up on Saturday. So technically you should be at 33, 34 on day 2. And you're watching this on day 3, which by the end of day 3, you should be at 5,000 words. But just know that it's okay to set a goal to rest a little bit or to jump in a little bit late. If you haven't downloaded this planner, just use the link down in the description. You can get it totally free. Sign up for my newsletter list. If you don't want to stay there, you can just unsubscribe, but subscribe, go get the planner, print it out, work through it. And even if you start 5 days in, you can still hit 50,000 words. We had multiple people in our community last year that hit 50,000 by the halfway mark. So you're never out until it's over. And even if you end this month with only 10,000 words or 5,000 words written in your manuscript, that's better than nothing. So we're going to celebrate all the way through. So, all right, going to dinner, Twitch stream, and that's a wrap on day 2. See you on day 3.